So, welcome to the Darth Vegeta Academia channel. We're here once again to discuss Bad Batch. We just got through watching episode 4, and I want to say it was very, very exciting. It was an
It definitely was.
action-packed episode for us right there, for sure.
Hell
Finally
yeah.
got Finnick.
Yeah, and I also feel like I had I feel like our theory about the cognitive function might be blown out the water with that, but I don't know. She didn't really
Yeah.
suspect Finnick of treachery. That never, unless Finnick's just that strong-minded that it wasn't something she could sense. But I feel like that possibly could be a leak in that theory.
Yeah,
That was one of my takes.
yeah. Because she was very trusting of her, for sure.
Which at the same time,
Yeah.
though, I don't think Finnick's an evil person, so it's a gray area where I might be overanalyzing. But
No, I thought the same thing too. I was like, so what's up with the intuition thing?
yeah,
Well, that's
no.
I
that's
see.
that's what I kind of think it is
Yeah.
because Finnick, I don't believe is evil. I think Finnick is a
Yeah.
bounty hunter,
Yeah.
and she does what she's got to do to make to survive and make an income.
Because I also feel like her and Boba Fett's relationship goes beyond him just saving her after the wannabe Han Solo guy from season 1 of The Mandalorian shot her. You know what I mean? I feel like they have a history that's way rooted into why they're so loyal to each other before even that. That's just a theory I have.
Right.
And the fact that all the clones are technically Boba Fett's siblings, like that's one of the things I love. But I feel like there's going to be a bond between her and the clones and Boba Fett that kind of transcends why she is so loyal to Boba Fett, besides just having him save her life. But it also explains why Boba Fett saved her life and why she's so important to him.
Yeah. Man, when Wrecker was down there in the sewers and Finnick took him out
Mm-hmm.
easy. I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh, you're not gonna get past Wrecker that easy." Like,
Yeah.
and then she
She's a
just
fucking
put him down like it was nothing.
yeah. There's a reason her and old Din Djarin had that standoff in episode 5 of season 1 because he already knew how fucking dangerous and talented she is.
Yeah, for sure. And then when she did put him down, I was like, "No, I need him."
But once again, his whole thing was he didn't want to stay on the ship, and I'm pretty sure him going out there because oh man, honestly, I'm kind of drunk. I'm sorry, but did Wrecker end up leaving this ship, and that's kind of like how he ran into Finnick because he was looking out for Omega. He kind of wandered off to go protect her.
Yeah.
Hunter came on the comms and said that somebody took him
Oh
out.
yeah, exactly. So it's like that goes back. I was thinking about what you always say about his. So yeah, so when that happened, I was thinking about you always saying his connection to like being a natural protector, and I was like, there he is again, like doing what you pointed out.
And then
So now,
another point at what you're making is when he did come back into consciousness after he got the shit kicked out of him from
Man, that headbutt, bro.
yeah.
Bam.
After he came to, he
Cram.
answered the comms and he was immediately like, "I gotta find Omega." Like immediately said that too. So the dark saber.
I got into a fight with someone and I beat their ass and they had this on them. No, I'm just kidding.
I just thought
what?
somebody put it that way.
Um, dude. So apparently, like this dude got mad at me on TikTok because I made a joke saying that Skyrim belongs to the Mandos, and he was like, "No," and I thought he was like kidding, and then he started getting like really serious in this argument about like that's stupid. You can't claim like it belongs to the Nords, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, chill. And what's hilarious
Slow
is like
down. You're
if he
taking it too seriously.
yeah, it's like also though if he scrolled down to my first like TikTok video and I showed off the armor after I finished it, it literally says Mandalore belongs to the Nords. So I did it the other way around first and claimed that the Nords own Mandalore. So if he went back, he'd actually be like, "Oh, the Nords own Mandalore." Like I was waiting for him to try to make that joke so I could be like, "Yeah, I said that already." But yeah, but I got like a little stupid ridiculous because he was like, "What are you gonna do when we come for you?" And I like showed him like a picture of all my swords and challenged him to a duel, and all he said was like, "Yeah." I think he probably didn't get to the part where I jokingly challenged him, and he was like, "Yeah, no," and I was like, "Yeah, that's what I thought. Know your place," and he never said anything back to me. I'm like, "God damn it!" I was hoping like
Yeah.
this is gonna be like a stupid beef with me and some guy on TikTok about like. I was like, I'm wait. This guy must be like super
It's like you
racist
want
because
your
like
first TikTok beef.
yeah, I wanted it. I wanted it like some guy who was because I'm like, this guy has to be like a white supremacist if he's that mad that I was like, yeah, Nord culture's getting taken over by space Vikings, which are just as bad as. I'm not gonna get into the fact that okay, and it's like you know what I mean. I'm like, why are you mad about the same, basically
Yeah,
the same culture?
it's
I
super ridiculous. Like you're
Yeah,
talking
don't
about
fuck with Skyrim fans.
a video game, race of characters, and Star Wars, which is not just video games; it's TV shows, comic
yeah.
books, movies. Like it's just a total different universe.
Now that you mentioned comic books, Colton, I wanted to ask y'all about this. I felt so stupid. How long has Marvel been like associated with Star Wars?
Since Disney bought him out.
Okay, it hasn't been that long, right? Because I've seen like a
Yeah,
lot of like vintage Star Wars map.
2015.
No,
Yeah,
well,
it was like
no,
12
because
or
that's when Force Awakens came out. They already owned them for a couple of years.
I thought
Right?
2015 is when Force Awakens came out.
Yeah,
That's when they.
they
2015.
didn't buy it in Force. They didn't buy it. Disney didn't buy.
Yeah, so it was 2012 when
Yeah.
Marvel took over. Yeah. So yeah, that's what. Okay, I thought you said the Force Awakens came out in 2012, and I
No,
was
no,
like,
no.
wait,
It came
what?
out in 2015, but they had to have bought it a couple of years before that.
I thought we were about to have one of those what do they call it, Mandela moments. So I'm like, wait, what? Like I
Yeah,
literally.
Mandela
Wait, how does
effect,
this
bro.
even work? Like,
Yeah, and it gets even more
I thought
fucky because like this helmet is from 2009. I was looking it up. I was like, wait, how the hell does that add up? To the when Disney bought Star Wars. I was just fucking confused. I felt like I was in a fucking
wait. So
yeah,
time warp
I
or
thought
some
it was.
shit.
hold on.
Yeah,
What?
that was the end of the Clone Wars of 2012. Wait, you saying that has a Disney logo on 2009?
Yeah, on a
Oh well,
2009
oh,
edition.
because
Yeah,
wait, that's
here's the
okay.
Disney
So it says,
logo.
Hey Siri.
and it says, look at your box. Yeah, see if it says 2009 on the box. Because Disney's been re-releasing the Rubies Deluxe helmet under their ownership now. Rubies is
Uh,
still making them now again.
I thought they'd stop making them. I'm looking for a date here. Can't find one. But when I was reading it, it said 2009.
Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012.
Okay.
Because
So
that's
if they were producing that in 2009 from Disney, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I
like
remember
because
reading
I
it
know
somewhere.
from my understanding, Rubies has been remaking that one in the Django helmet with the Disney license and they're letting Rubies make them again. So there could be that they're remaking the helmets now. And I don't know. That's just something I've noticed. And then I've heard there's another company
They
too
could
that
have just
started.
had licensing on certain products to make
Oh
them.
yeah, the
Yeah.
have you ever seen that pyramid? The Sith like Holocron Temple pyramid where the Book of Sith comes out of it and shit. That used to be like a Legends book. I ended up buying a new version of it, and Disney's like remade that, and I have a Disney version of it now, which it came out when Dark Horse still like owned the publishing, and now
Oh,
Marvel.
damn. Okay.
So they've been actually like reprint making a lot of the old stuff now because it's a marketable item. They're kind of starting to
Dark Horse Comics, huh?
yeah.
Who else? Who else did they have? I'm trying to think.
Hellboy.
Oh boy, I wanted to say Spawn for some reason.
So, prediction. This isn't like a big prediction like I've been trying to get into that I haven't released a video on yet, but like just merely Bad Batch prediction. Phoenix Sand is gonna keep coming after him. That's
Yeah.
her job right now. That's what she's being paid to do. I believe they're gonna turn on Phoenix Shand and send somebody else after Omega and the Bad Batch, who is gonna be somebody force sensitive, maybe one of the first Inquisitors or something.
Yeah.
And or somebody. I don't want to say Vader because like, how are they gonna beat Vader? You know.
You think? Who do you think it is that Finnick was talking to on her comm when she said that they got away?
Was it a female?
Mm.
I didn't hear any voice. I just heard her talking,
Yeah.
and that was it. So my thought was either it's Cad Bane or Boba Fett already. I was kind of hoping that Cad Bane's about to be back on the show. Cause
I don't think she's in contact with Boba Fett yet.
do you think it's Cad Bane?
Mm.
That would be super dope. Yeah.
That was my thing. I'm like, I'm hoping Cad Bane's about to like come out like fucking Clint Eastwood, like, you know,
He looks like
fucking.
Clint Eastwood.
I don't think
Definitely Clint Eastwood inspired.
I don't think she meets Boba until Boba rescues her and fixes her.
Okay. I just thought that they may have known each other before then, or maybe
They
she
could
just knew
have.
the
I'm just
clone.
saying my thoughts on it. It's obvious.
Yeah, I got you. But I think of it right now. I thought that Cad Bane might be the bounty hunter in charge of going after them.
Any Cad Bane material they want to give us, I'll eat it up.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But I feel like that could be a logical conclusion because, like, if Cad Bane's alive, tell me he's not going after them right now.
But my thing is,
So,
Cad Bane would be more like another bounty hunter that they send. You know, if they think that Finnick's not able to do the job, you know, and then like Cad Bane turns on
yeah,
Finnick
that
and the Bad Batch. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Like he comes in to help her at first, you know.
That
You know
or
how
kind of clean up what whoever hired both
yeah,
of them thinks she can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
yeah.
she already
The
had
only
a run in. She already had a run in that was pretty much unsuccessful because she didn't get the kid. So maybe whoever hired her, whether it's the Kaminoans or Palpatine or whoever it is, whoever hired her is gonna be like, oh well, maybe she can't do this, so let's send in Cad Bane or
yeah,
somebody better.
yeah. Yeah, the only reason like I thought maybe she's working for another bounty hunter who like has, subservient lower skilled bounty hunters working for him would be someone like because her outfit that she's wearing is very reminiscent of Attack of the Clones of like Jango Fett hiring a bounty hunter to go after Padme for him, and so he could go collect on it. So he hired his own bounty hunter. So I'm like, Boba Fett could a be copying his dad move, or you have Cad Bane, who's another highly skilled Duros bounty hunter, who's like, I can afford to pay Finnick Shand, this amazing marksman and martial artist, to go after the bounty, and we split the reward. And so I feel like there was that possibility, but I definitely understand what you're saying too from your perspective, where it's more of like a mob boss kind of situation where he hired Finnick Shand, and then she's not getting the job done, so I'm hiring Cad Bane now, who's a badass too. So I feel like those are both like equally valid.
It could go either way on both of those for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah,
That's
her
what I think
costume was
is,
the only reason I thought that way.
somebody else is gonna come in, and Finnick is gonna end up kind of for survival mode. She's gonna team up with the Bad Batch and Omega to defeat whoever's trying to kill all of them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we establish a more positive Omega and Finnick Shand relationship, so that my theory or our theory can come true, and that she comes up in Book of Boba.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And she's definitely confirmed for that show, right?
Omega?
Oh no, not Omega. Sorry, I was in the clouds right there. Just ignore me.
No. Yeah, she's definitely not.
I'm thinking
Omega's
about the
not going to
fact
be
that
in
I'm out
Book
of
of Boba.
beer.
She was. That's just my theory.
No, I was thinking of Finnick Shand. I thought you were saying
Plausible.
Herping in there. I was like, isn't she confirmed for it already? I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
She's the main.
Sorry,
Her
I got distracted because I just realized I drank all my beer and it's only like 3:30. And I'm like, I don't have my ID and I'm on the other side of town, so I'm like, hopefully everyone out here is as cool as my gas stations are in Magnolia.
Like a shitty gas station.
Yeah.
They're not gonna. Especially you got a big ass beard and shit.
I was gonna say, if I walk in here with the helmet and like the ID, I'd be like, why are you asking a helmeted man for ID?
Do you not trust me?
You want me to bring you in hot or cold?
Why must you see my face to trust me?
I'll show my thumb. Who's Excuse.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we had in the episode.
It was a very quick episode. It was only like 20
Yeah, it's 25 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Slightly shorter.
Beautiful episode, though.
It was, yeah. It was a lot at once. It was like snorting a huge line of cocaine. But Star Wars flavored.
Yeah, the comic relief was pretty cool at the beginning.
Yeah.
When they land on the planet Pantera.
Pantera.
I had to think, yeah. Couldn't wait to bring that up.
I thought of Panera and Pantera. I can't remember what the actual planet's called, though.
Pantera is Pantera, I think.
Pantera or something, yeah.
Awfully close to Pantera.
I'm thinking about someone else in a Star Wars group who called me the Satan Lorian.
Satan Lorian.
I'm like, they must be a very religious Star Wars fan. Like, the Satan Lorian. I was like, I'll take it. Sorry. Come on. You coming up? Coming in? You want to? Oh, no.
Can we talk about how our backgrounds have gotten better over the episodes?
When you first jumped on, I said your background looks dope. Oh, for that,
Thanks,
when
man.
we did a stream a few days ago, when we were reacting to fan films, we had a Darth Vader background that was moving, and that was the first time we had it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to have more moving backgrounds, but right now, since we're doing Bad Batch, it's kind of like there's only so much content that I have. But I got Finnick Shand, Hunter, and Echo in his droid suit. That shit's funny. They thought he was a droid. And they
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's like,
all right, but not for that price. I'm worth more than
like,
2,000
all right, 4,000, 3,000. We have a deal.
Me and my friends say I have to go be a prostitute to make money. No, I'm worth more than that.
Yeah.
I may be fat, but I know how much I'm worth per pound.
And that little droid Clinks, the little fat one. The one that actually, that actually knew how to fix the ship. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, that part was awesome.
You like this? Is that a good shot? You want to be in the video? Yeah. You're supposed to be babysitting me, not flying around the galaxy talking about shows I've never got to watch. I made him watch Army of the Dead. He got into it. We were both laying on the couch just staring.
Oh, wow.
Have y'all watched that yet?
No, I haven't. So it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, the new Zack Snyder film.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah, Army of the Dead. It's fucking tight. I gotta finish the last 40 minutes of it, but it's Dave Bautista and a whole crew of motherfuckers. Basically, the movie starts off with them at these like soldiers like leaving Area 51, and then this wreck happens, and basically Las Vegas gets taken over by zombies, and they quarantine it off, and the rest of the world's fine. And this company that basically got an insurance claim and got their money back is hiring all these people who fought in the zombie wars to like go back in there after they've already saved all the people. They want them to go back in there, basically get the $2 million in cash, or the $2 billion in cash out of this vault in Las Vegas. So it's like a bank heist movie while they're dealing with this like army of zombies in Las Vegas. Dude, they have a bunch of twists and turns that makes it really interesting to follow. Anyway, that's a segue into another podcast we should have after y'all watch it. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
For sure. So are we? I think we've covered everything on the Bad Batch episode.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. It was to the point. They basically need food supplies, and now they know bounty hunters are after them. So
it was a very, for being so quick. When they were doing that getaway scene when Hunter was chasing Omega and Finnick.
Yeah.
That was intense, dude. I was like, I was on the edge of my seat for that, and when it finally ended and Hunter flew away with Omega, I was like, holy shit. Like, I had goosebumps. I loved it.
Hey,
They did such a
there's
good
the
job.
guy with the same name as me. And we're the same age. So, like, his shit's always super relatable.
Oh, who Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah. You 30? I'm 30.
I'll be 30 in July.
Oh man, you're right on our trail, man. I'm gonna be 31 this July. Crazy.
I just turned 30 in February.
He's like
Welcome to the
Chewbacca
club.
in this story right now.
Okay, so Dave Filoni got promoted to executive creative director. So I was gonna see what Star Wars Theory had to say about that because he's usually got some good news and stuff to look at. So we're
Yeah,
not gonna
he's
go too
very
much longer.
positive.
We went real early
Yeah, I
today.
feel you.
And we'll just talk about this for a few minutes so that we have something to talk about, and then we'll be back next week for sure.
Hell yeah.
I do. Great. So today's news, or actually last year's news, this is the first time that we as fans are hearing about it.
Oh wow, so it already happened a long
I'm
time
gonna sneeze.
Oh shit. No wonder everything's been fucking awesome.
Right?
Okay,
Right.
I think we're good. Allergies been messing me up pretty bad. So, our Lord and Savior Dave Filoni's new job at Lucasfilm isn't actually new. Fans on Twitter got excited.
That's what
Anyway.
I was
Of
saying
course, we got
earlier.
excited because it's the first time many of us are hearing about it. So, he essentially got promoted to executive creative producer, and what that is, essentially, let me bring it up just so we get all the facts right. The main responsibility of the executive creative director, not producer, is to direct all creative operations within a company, including marketing and design teams. They create and manage creative strategies to help improve and maintain company image. So it seems like everything creative, what I gather from that is everything creative to do with the movies, the books, anything that they want to release has to go through Dave first, and he has to give that stamp of approval. So this is pretty big news. I mean, this is essentially not George level of authority, but it's getting pretty close.
What I read,
so everything to do with the Mandalorian.
From what I read at Lucasfilms, this makes him fourth in charge. He's
Yeah,
4.
but I bet he's like that raging bull. He's like that underdog, you know.
Dude,
he's coming in, swinging
5,
hard.
6 years, bro. 5, 6 years, he'll be
But
number 1.
I feel like this alone, like the fact that it's been under the radar for a year since like the High Republic's been going on. I've been trying to explain to people, I was like, the High Republic books have been good, and you can already tell that Dave Filoni's been on the case for a year, like it just said with the books and everything. So it's like they're trying to steer the ship in the direction, and people, I understand that a lot of people lost faith, but like it's, you know, they didn't release like the High Republic book series wanting to fuck up like they did last time because they already had Dave Filoni being like, hey, this is what Star Wars is supposed to be, you know.
Right. True that.
And
I feel like literally you can go to those comic
shows.
sections. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to know
say,
this.
on all these videos, when you go to like about the High Republic, there's tons of trolling and dislikes because of the shit that happened with homegirl from the Mandalorian, Gina. And
shit.
so people like troll on that shit from it. But you can always tell the passionate Star Wars fans who truly sat down and read the book because they'll be in the comic section like, yo, fuck, you know, like how I am. I'm like, no, read it. It's fucking cool. Like, there's cool shit happening. And they're trying to add a lot more like fun science fiction aspects with like with how the hyperdrives work, and they just like how just there's a lot of shit to appreciate in what they're trying to do, and I feel like bullshit politics that really don't need to exist anymore in Star Wars keep flooding over and giving people this mindset they like have to take a chance.
The content, don't read it, don't watch it, you know.
But people like won't even take a chance. They just make assumptions because like one, you know, Geeks and Incel video was like, they're coming for us, and is this is going to be an attack on my dick, and like if you read this book, you will become a transgender, and you're gonna die, and your dick will rot off and fall off, and you're gonna have anal bead cancer, like, and
Anal bead cancer.
they never read a single fucking page of the book and made videos like that. And then you have a bunch of other people in Alabama who sniff their dick cheese, like, oh yeah, Kathleen Kennedy wrote this book, I know it, and they're gonna make me gay, like, you know. I'm like, geez, y'all haven't watched Star Wars since the 70s, and they're trying to like act like you know what the fuck is going on right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, it ran over.
I feel that though, man. I really do. But like, and there's still like people from the boomer generation who aren't as critical, man. Like, they're fans of the old shit, and you know, they're fans of the new shit. I mean, those are more far and few in between, obviously. But
yeah,
I mean,
you just
still
have those people.
It's that few, man. It's a few fucking group of sour grapes. Yeah.
Yeah. But for some reason, everyone gives them, like, you know, I mean, I'm just guilty of doing it, but they're the ones whose, like, information gets spread everywhere. So you have people who don't know anything, like, oh, I heard it sucks, because those people spread the rumor, you know?
Yeah. Fucking Rotten Tomatoes critics.
I'm definitely
like,
gonna give it a chance. I want to do the Bane trilogy first, and the Dooku book, and a couple.
Oh yeah, technically the Count Dooku book, and then the Master and Apprentice book about Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are the end of the High Republic era, is how it's been classified now. But those books came out first, and they're really good.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to appreciate Homeboy's face, by the way.
No, I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's rolling his eyes at me for being like, I probably talked about this before already, and you're just quoting me at this point because I know everything. I'm just kidding. I am God.
Right.
It's like the John Petrucci videos. I am now your God.
He looks like he's about to do one of those bleeds. The bleeds. I don't know how to do it. There we go.
All right, sorry. This is supposed to be a short video. Our like podcasts are like twice as long as the actual episodes themselves.
Right.
The first one was like an hour and 40 minutes, but that was a longer episode. That was an hour-long episode too.
Yeah, like hour,
One show,
15 minutes.
I assume that everything has to go through him. And I've heard some things that he was on set for, you know, certain things like that during Obi-Wan and all this. So, I mean, this is a great...
This incredible $47...
I don't want it.
I really like this because I'm a big Dave Filoni fan, and I think that essentially everything Dave has put out, I've fallen in love with. I feel like it is true Star Wars to me, and I feel like it really continues on the legacy of what George Lucas created. And the reason for that is because, well, George created him, essentially. You know, he went under his wing, and if you haven't learned the story or heard the story about how Dave got the job at Lucasfilm, it's very funny, and it's very fun to learn about, but there's many videos he's made on that himself, interviews and such. So before we go and read some of this article and see what this article has to say, because everyone's covering it right now.
He created the Filoni.
I want to let you know that this is a great day.
Hell yeah.
So
You know,
basically,
and mind you, this-
Filoni's our Lord and Savior, and Lucas is, you know, the God,
Yeah, basically.
the main God.
Yeah, essentially.
Didn't even know about it. I didn't know about it till I think 2 days ago, and here we are. So last summer, Lucasfilm quietly promoted the executive producer and frequent writer and director of The Mandalorian to executive creative director for the entire studio. A rep confirms with Variety. But the company didn't update its website with Filoni's new title until this week, which is when it began to percolate and then explode across Reddit and Twitter, as if this promotion had just happened. Well, it makes no difference, because to us, it's new. Dave Filoni just promoted the creative executive director at Lucasfilm. I believe he has more oversight over all the stuff they're doing now. So essentially, yeah, he gets to stamp everything. I don't know if he gets to like ixnay everything. Like if something comes across his desk, let's say the story group creates something. I don't know if he's going to be able to be like, nah, veto. I don't like this. Or if, you know, there's more of a process to that. I'm not really sure. But this is a really great thing. Dave Filoni becoming executive director is the best thing that could have happened for Star Wars right now. Right now, last year, anytime. So the article goes on to say the excitement is understandable. The 46-year-old has been a fixture at Lucasfilm ever since George Lucas selected him in 2005 to oversee the animated series The Clone Wars, which launched in 2008 and ultimately ran for 7 seasons. Yeah, ultimately they had to bring it back. Lucas was such, and apparently Dave had to really fight to get that back. And I think he said that Kathleen Kennedy fought to get it back too, but I am not sure on that. Lucas was such an important mentor to Filoni that many fans see the latter as the true heir to the Star Wars mythology. Yes, the creative mind who best understands what makes Star Wars work and what doesn't. After Lucas sold the company to Disney, Filoni created 2 more well-received animated shows, Rebels and Resistance, and then Jon Favreau tapped him to executive produce The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious to see what all these, like, I like reading these articles because
Really, YouTube?
I don't know.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Suck my dick, Deadpool.
It's Green Lantern.
I was gonna
like
say
Star
that.
Wars, these guys are diehard Star Wars fans, the people who write these things, but I mean, it's fun to get what see what the consensus is about normies. In December, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy announced that Filoni and Favreau are
Everybody's using the word normies now since Bad Batch started.
Which word?
Normies.
Normies. Oh yeah. I always use Reg.
Regs.
Yeah,
I've been saying
Yeah,
Reggie
Reggies.
my whole life. I don't fuck with Reggie. I do not fuck with Reggie.
executive producing several Mandalorian spin-offs. Book of Boba, which is currently shooting and premiering. Ahsoka.
Wait,
And
what did he say?
a spin-off, Rangers of the New. Filoni and Favreau are executive producing several Mandalorian spin-offs. Book of Boba, which is currently shooting and premiering. Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
And a spin-off, Rangers of the New Republic.
So she's
still
getting her
happening?
own show.
I think that got
Ahsoka is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck, have
You
we
didn't know
talked about
that?
this?
Yes, we did.
Fuck.
It's okay. We can talk about it again because Ahsoka's amazing. So that's basically the only reason she was in Mandalorian was to please us. It was what's the word that I used?
It was very pleasing.
It's very pleasing. Yeah, it's
Fan fulfillment.
Yeah.
Fan service.
Fan service. Yes, it's fan
service.
So
Yeah.
she was in there for. She didn't have to be in there for the progression of the show. You know what I'm saying? But the main reason she was is because we are in fact getting a show from her, which I hope is going to be 2022, and not any later than that. And
In the beginning of 2022, or like right as soon as Book of Boba's done, that would be awesome.
yeah. And the way they made it seem is they're going to be going after Thrawn. And last we seen Thrawn, he took off with Ezra Bridger. So I'm just so ready for that. And we talked about how Ezra Bridger has pretty much already been casted by the Aladdin guy. So, don't get me off on a tangent on Ahsoka, because I will go off on her.
Canceled, right? Kennedy also said these spin-offs, which all take place within the same timeline, will ultimately culminate in a storytelling event. Okay, Marvel style. Filoni's title as executive creative director captures the complicated role of overseeing both.
Okay, dudes. Okay, so all of these shows we're getting is like they're building up to what probably is going to be a movie trilogy, knowing Star Wars. So it's like, think about how Marvel does. They'll do a movie, and they'll do 3 movies, and then they did the Avengers, and then they did 4 Avengers movies. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have Ahsoka, we're gonna have Book of Boba, we're gonna have Rangers of the New Republic, we're gonna have all this other stuff that's taking part in the same exact time era. So we're gonna get all these shows, and then all those shows are gonna lead up to essentially
film.
Well, it's going to be a catastrophic event for that time era, and that's where we're going to get the 3 films from the next
Hell yeah.
the next trilogy. Not going to be anytime soon. I highly doubt, because we got to get through all of these shows first, obviously, and they got to set up the storyline and characters and go through story development and character development and all that stuff. So. But I think that's really what's gonna we're gonna and that's what they're doing is fan service, dude. That's how they figure out what we're into, what we're like, what we like. They release this series, what kind of reaction does this have, what reaction does this have, and now it's like, okay, how do we build a trilogy that everybody's gonna essentially love, when even though you're never going to please the whole community of Star Wars, because the community of Star Wars spans over, 50 years now?
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
It's funny when you actually look like you touch something and the screen moves a little bit, so it looks like you're actually touching something. Yeah. That's crazy.
I think I might be going into an asteroid field. Oh, fuck.
Hey, that actually works pretty good. That wasn't bad.
Individual
Diesel, I need
series
your
and a
help.
larger storyline that weaves together several shows. Given Filoni's galaxy-sized Star Wars expertise, he's also been known to weigh in on other Star Wars projects outside of his direct purview, like the Kenobi show, I believe. I mean, it doesn't get more important than... Look, people talk about The Mandalorian, Book of Boba, Ahsoka, Acolyte, all shows that I'm super excited for. But when it comes down to
Acolyte.
one
When
show,
is that?
like
That's-
the core...
That's supposed to be like 500 years before this time era, I believe. Have you thought about that show at all? Because I keep forgetting about that show.
I haven't even had time to think about it.
I know. Have you heard about it, Pep? Oh, Pep's phone.
No, I haven't. Sorry, I went away
so
for a bit.
The Acolyte is going to be a show about the Sith.
Damn.
The Acolyte is wasn't an Acolyte basically like the equivalent of a Sith Padawan?
Kind of, I think so.
Right. So it's going to be somebody's journey. We're finally going to get to see the journey. Hopefully get to see the journey through Sith training and whatnot. Should be really
I
dope.
hope so.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to get into that a little bit with the Dave Filoni stuff, because that was amazing news that
Breath
yeah.
of fresh air, man.
a few days
And it's
ago.
pretty enlightening that it's been like a year already, almost.
Yeah, and it just goes to show the stuff we've had going on. Mandalorian started way before that, but
Yeah.
the changes that are happening right now are it's Filoni. You know what I'm saying? We are
Yeah.
in the Filoni-verse era for sure.
And that's what's funny is people they put all the blame on Kathleen Kennedy like she's a monster, and it's like it's Bob Iger probably who's the one to blame overall, and it's easy to use Kathleen Kennedy as a scapegoat. But
Right.
it's easier to create an army of angry incels than it is to take the blame for your shit. So get
feel
that at
that.
another time.
Right. Well, all right, boys. I think we're doing good on this one. We'll be back next week to talk about episode 5. Then we have 11 more episodes after that.
So much good shit.
And only
I'm
so
gonna
long to go
try to
until
do what
Book of
Mando the
Boba.
Thicc does and have this on throughout the entire podcast. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it, but we're gonna shoot for that next time.
Got you.
You gotta have will.
Yeah.
Also beer and weed help. I mean beer and CBD helps.
Yeah. CBD weed. Yeah.
CBD weed, yes.
I'll stick away from
Completely
this.
legal in the state of where we live.
Yes.
which is obviously in outer space. So like, fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, look at me. I'm chilling in the remnants.
Cloud.
I'm chilling in the remnants of the Death Star.
Oh yeah, Cloud 9 City. Where you
shit.
at?
I can't
I'm on
remember what planet
vacation,
it's
dog.
on.
I got my Hawaiian shirt on, Guardians of the Galaxy Hawaiian shirt. Ain't nobody got this kind of drip out in the galaxy.
Hell no.
Ain't
nobody got this
the
drip.
drip like Mandalore the Thicc.
Oh yeah, and I feel like that's a good sign off for me. So I will see y'all pasta la vista later.
All right,
Later, y'all.
everybody. Y'all check out the description below to see everybody's YouTube links. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If y'all want to watch, yeah. Later.
We're gonna give a shout out to your page. I guess we'll just leave it for people to read.
Yeah,
Many people don't want to read.
Well, check out Etsai Metal for Pep over there on YouTube, and then Darth Vegeta Academia for me, and Mandalore the Thicc on YouTube also. And both of us are also on TikTok as well.